What is the deal, beautiful people? It is your boy Ramon in the building, and we are going to discuss the heavyweights, the Galaxy S6 and 6 Edge and HTC's M9. Now, this is going to be a multi-part series just to keep everything nice and short. And we're going to split it up into a few different categories. First is going to be design. We're going to compare the design between the two. Then there's going to be the specs. We're going to see what's inside. Then we're going to go over the camera and see who's got the best shooter there. And then lastly, we're going to cover the features. So make sure you tune in to each video. And just for you guys out there who want it in podcast mode, there's going to be that one super long ass video. So enjoy that. Coming down to the cameras, this is a wash. I mean, this is not even close. Now, and this is a tragic story. This also, like the design, I feel is something where you see the tale of the legacy of a device being told in the lineage, and it's dope to see it really unfold. And I feel like HTC fell flat here and Samsung continued to excel. So starting with the Galaxy, this guy comes in with a 16 megapixel camera featuring optical image stabilization, and somehow, some way, Samsung figured out a way to get the aperture rating down to a 1.9. So that's super dope. That means that you can get better pictures at lower light, and the sensor allows for more light to come in, so you can take them faster. That's dope. You start to be able to get a lot more bokeh-licious shots, so on and so forth. I like to see them continue to push that. They, of course, have the 4K video, and they got a whole host of crazy camera features that Samsung throw in there. Now, in the topic of camera phones, Samsung has not been in that conversation for a while. Nokia came in like a wrecking ball. Apple has always been there. But recently with the Note 4, my God, the Note 4 is just an excellent shooter. The only other shooter that could rival my 1520 is without doubt the Note 4. And I'm going to leave the 1020 out of this because it's not fair. First of all, nothing's coming close to that, and two, it's not relevant. It's old as hell. The hardware is outdated, so let's not even go there. But Samsung is looking to continue that legacy, to prove that they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. They know how to innovate in that camera space with the 16 megapixel shooter, and they even lowered it to a 1.9 aperture. So I expect this guy to be a raw performer based on what I've seen on the Note 4 and based on the specs that they have here. HTC, however, HTC's story from the get-go was very inspiring with the ultra pixel camera. They went out on a limb and said, listen, the megapixel game is not all there is when you're talking photography. It's not all that matters. And they really got the attention of a lot of us who are actually into photography, and they had a point. I shoot on a daily basis with a what I think my Sony, my NEX5T is a 16 megapixel sensor. People are out there shooting with 20 and 30 and 40. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I need something that's decent, that's able to capture the moment with the right specs. And that's all I need. The number game does not matter. So they developed this sensor that actually it's a lot larger, but it kept the resolution count down. And it was a technical marvel, yes, but you started to see the limitations of only 4 megapixels in the M7 and the M8, because you're talking about you lose the ability to crop. You lose the ability to get rid of dead resolution around an image, because all you had was this 4 megapixel image from the get-go. So you know, I was on board with the whole initiative, and I was really expecting HTC to do something like come out with a 8 megapixel ultra pixel camera, right? Let's double it, but let's keep the same technology alive, because Apple proved with their 8 megapixel camera that they're running on the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, that it's not about the numbers game. You know, they proved that a long time ago. I mean, shit, Apple added an image stabilizer to the 6 Plus, and that thing is a monster on its own. So I felt like HTC could have continued their trend with the ultra megapixel or the ultra pixel technology and still make a decent camera, make it better than it was. But instead, they didn't. So they slapped a 20 megapixel camera, right? Obviously, they're playing the numbers game now. I don't know where this thing came from. I don't know what phone it's on. There's nothing special about this, right? And I think this was the one from the Desire. I'm not even sure. And I can speak this way because I saw a few test shots that The Verge put up of the 20 megapixel camera, and I've seen the videos, and people were saying they weren't impressed with what they saw coming out of that 20 megapixel camera on the M9, and I saw the images, and man, it was not cool. It was not cool what I was seeing. You know, the focus wasn't sharp. There was grain everywhere. The color representation was real bland. And it was, you know, it's like, oh, guys, come on, what happened here? I mean, they added the dope bits that they needed to add. You got the ability to shoot RAW. You got the 4K video and whatever else they continue to include in the features. But guys, at the bare minimum, it had to be a good shooter, and it looks like it's not. So it's sad to see them stumble on this. You know, people wanted. It's kind of one of those things where, well, you guys wanted more megapixels, we give you more megapixels, will you shut up now? Like, no, give us more megapixels responsibly. You know, put some tender loving care into it. Make sure it's still a good shooter. You know, it's frustrating to see them fall on their face, and Samsung clearly takes the cake with this one. So if the camera is a big deal to you, you know, the Galaxy S6 and 6 Edge is looking like it. That's it right there. I just want to thank you for coming through, checking us out. Also, links below to all of our various social networking outlets. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it, leave a comment, jump in, don't be shy, and always, please, make sure you're subscribed for more.